Welcome back, guys. Thought I'd show you how I'm going to make my Eatonia electric with a Singer motor. But problem is, on this Eatonia there isn't the same kind of mounting that you need for a Singer motor. So I'm gonna have to make a mount and show you how I'm attaching a Singer motor. I'm going to move the camera over a bit here. I'll show you what we're looking at here. What you're looking at right here is a setup off of a 99 Singer, and the motor was, the paint was all peeling and chipping off the motor, and the pedal was all rusted out, so, and it was painted black, so I decided to give it a satin finish, and it created a crinkle coat. I don't mind. Now I got a flat black crinkle coat pedal. So I'm going to modify all these parts to work with the Eatonia. Now I'm going to show you guys a picture of the mount. I'm going to try to move this down and see if you can see the flat spot right here. Maybe if I get my flashlight. Now if you look right here, there's a flat spot on the machine. And I'll show you a picture. Put the picture up here. And you can see it's got two holes where the hand crank used to mount. But it doesn't have is the slot with the piece for a Singer motor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bracket out of this piece of flat steel and this keyway. This is a 1/4 inch keyway. So if you guys want to do this, a 1/4 inch keyway fits perfectly into that groove right there, guys. So see that? See that slot there? But it stands proud, which is perfect. This worked out perfect for me because the distance I need from the machine to out here to line up the belt with the motor is this thickness right here. This piece of plate steel and this keyway. So what my plans are, and you can see here, is I'm going to cut this piece right here. I'm going to drill the two holes so that I can bolt this to the machine, and I'm going to weld a keyway right over where the hole is and cut it right about here. Don't be looking at that boo-boo. I hurt myself today making this for you guys. Yeah, that's right. I put some blood in this video for you guys today. Anyways, ignore the boo-boo. So I'm going to weld a piece of quarter stock keyway here to this. But I can't have it here. And then I'm going to cut right here and right here. So where the bolt goes between the keyway. So the plan is cut this, drill the two holes, and then weld this to this, and then cut out the slot where I need it for the bolt to go through. And when it's done, it'll look something like this. There you go. That was pretty quick, eh, guys? You thought I was going to drag you through and make you watch me make that? Are you kidding me? So you can see here what I did. I took a piece of flat stock here, and I drilled the two holes. I actually drilled the two holes first before I cut the piece off. And then I welded the key stock to it. Tack weld there, little tack weld on each side right here. But I did it when the stock was in one piece. That way it kept it in perfect alignment. And because I already had the holes drilled, you can see where my grinder nicked the plate. I'm okay with that. Nobody's going to see that. But then I was able to take out that piece of key stock there, and now these two pieces are lined up perfectly. Okay, now I have a mount that I can mount to the machine like this, and you see these two bolts here. I have these two bolts. I cut two down. Let me bang my camera around here. I already cut two down. I got one long one and one short one, and the reason for that is the short one goes through here. It goes like this on the machine. It mounts to the machine like that. So the short one goes on there, and then the long one goes through the motor and that key stock, and it mounts the Singer motor. I'm going to show you guys me putting this on the machine and putting the motor on the machine, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to put the light on the machine, because I still have to have somewhere to mount the light, because the light is attached to this whole assembly you see here. Well, you don't see here. Let me move the camera. This whole assembly that you see here is all attached right here. It doesn't unplug, unfortunately. So all I have to do is undo one screw, which would be this one right here. And like that, I did brass ones. I found ones that threaded into the machine, and I had some brass ones, and that is just perfect. It matches all the rest of the brass. Anyways, so I can just undo this and take my electric motor and everything off, and I can leave this attached to the machine. It's not going to interfere with anything. So I'm going to paint it black and everything in the future, but for today, I'm going to put this on and show you guys how it works. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these holes aren't perfectly center. This one's perfect in the center, but this one's off a little bit. And the reason I did that is so it tilts just a slight bit. So when I adjust the motor up, it pulls away from the machine, because it's really close to the back of the machine, and I don't want to cause any damage to my new paint job. But anyways, let me show you quickly here. So here's the motor. So the motor is going to mount on the machine like so. Look at that, genuine Singer motor. It actually has the Singer tag there. I'll show pictures in the end. Looks pretty good polished, eh guys? That's aluminum. So I just took a wire brush and took all the paint off, and then I polished it. Yeah. Anyways, so that's a piece there. So see how that goes in there? And I can slide up and down. And just like on a Singer sewing machine, see how the bolt is? That allows me to slide it up and down for adjustment for my belt tension, and this will stay attached to the machine. And now I got a boss for a Singer motor. So there you go, guys. It's because this is attached to this whole system. Jibber jabber. You want to see me put this on the machine? Alright, give me a minute to set up the camera and get comfortable. Well, that was pretty easy. Let me adjust my camera here. Not bad, eh? But now, I have the issue of this light floating here. Where do I put this light? I don't have a bolt hole anywhere here to put the light. And behind this motor, there's 2 holes in the pillar, but I don't want to have to make a giant bracket that comes out. And I want to be able to have this light come off with the motor when I take everything off, if I want to put it on the shelf and not have the electrics with it. So what I've done is, you can see there's a bracket right here. I just made a little one out of a piece of thin aluminum that I had. This is a bent up bracket that I did. Still drying right now. Hopefully won't be too wet when I'm putting it on. But what I'm going to do is, there's a bolt right here, and that's how these motors come apart. There's a bolt, or a nut, sorry, a nut here and a nut here, and it's a long bolt that goes through the motor. So what I'm going to do, because this is pretty thin, you can see how thin this is. This isn't a huge thickness, but it'll be enough to hold the light. The light's not very heavy. This doesn't have the glass in it or anything, and the bulb's not good. I got to change the bulb still, but it doesn't have the glass or anything, so it's fairly light. So what I'm going to do is mount this. You can see maybe you can't see it. There's an indent there. There's a little dent in here, and that little dent will line up with the dent on here, so that when I bolt this together, it'll sit something like this. So it'll aim down, and it will attach right here to the motor. Anyways, let me get this attached, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's attached to the motor. Okay guys, there it is. Got the light hooked up. You can see it's just bolted to the motor there. And now when I take the motor off with that one screw, the whole assembly will come off in one unit. I don't have the light flopping around and the motor flopping around. I just have the motor and the pedal to worry about. Because when I put this on the shelf, I don't want to have all the electrics sitting on the shelf with it. So I'll just undo that one screw, take my motor off, and then I can leave the belt sitting with the machine on the shelf. I'm okay with that, but I don't have to have all the electrics with it. I wish this plugged into this area here. Maybe in the future I'll modify a plug, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But for now, I think it's time to run a stitch. And by the way, thank you guys for your kind words on my paint job. What do you think of that satin finish? I think it turned out beautiful, and you guys wanted me to keep the paint job original, keep the name Eatonia original, keep the heritage of the machine, so I did that. But I wanted to paint the machine, and I wanted to do it satin black. So I compromised. I did what you guys wanted for the heritage, and I did the satin black finish for what I wanted. And I think it turned out amazing. The way the chrome pops and the gold pops with all the aluminum motor and all the black. Oh, well, oh yeah, I guess that is enough jibber jabber. All right, let's get to seeing this machine run a stitch. Hey, look at that. I got a light bulb in there. Alright guys, here we go. Let's try the electric motor. Looks like the Eatonia runs perfectly fine with a Singer motor. Let's get my big hairy arm out of the way. Let's check out these stitches. Wow. Look at that. Perfectly tuned. Excuse me. Alright, so there you go. Got myself an electric Eldridge Eatonia, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm gonna see how fast this goes. I'm a little scared because this is a fast motor. Let's see. Wow! fastest vibrating shuttle in the South. Right there. The Eatonia. I don't know what year this machine is, but it certainly is impressive. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And that's part 2 of the Eatonia satin finish electric motor project. All done. If there's anything else you want to see on it, let me know, guys. Till next time, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon.